Alright, so typically, this is for YouTube's benefit as well, typically after the last session, the game has updated and the dev has added a dev console command so that if you get an unsolvable floor, like what happened to us last time, you can bung in the console command and it generates a new floor. So that would have saved the run last time, but sadly, it happened to us a day too early, so we've still got diminished stats, but at least we saved our gear. But we are obviously going to have to... Wait, I saved the keys as well. We are going to have to sit and organise ourselves as usual, but at least it's been patched. And there was some other dev commands, but that's the one that matters. To fix any broken runs. So we have this. Shouldn't there be music right now? I'm not used to it being dead silent while I'm sorting my inventory. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Okay, let's see. Very, very good boots. I worry that I might not be able to equip some of this stuff, although it looks like we're not going to have that issue, so that's fantastic. Could definitely look to improve that. That's better. We need that for sure. Let's just dump that as garbage. And then this. Actually, if I open the door... Will it start playing music? There you go. I think a zombie's coming to get me. Thought so. Gotta have the club rub. So that, yeah, is definitely the best. Pauldrons. 8. Those can get dumped. They'll get dumped down to the next floor. +4. +4 are the same. Silver key, strength +1, yep, definitely. Dump that as garbage. Alright, I think we're actually ready to start a game. I could technically just immediately leave this floor because I have the silver key already. Oh wait, we don't have any gloves. Gloves. There. Is that the rain I'm hearing outside? Wow, it is! I wondered what I could hear. Do you hear that? That's hailstones. That is a sudden storm. Well, that'll be the... I was going to mention as part of the stuff I wanted to talk about today. There's a bit of rain over Sunday and Monday, and it looks like my roof isn't leaking. This will be the ultimate test for sure, because that is torrential. Hello, Kurt. Hello, Alex, with the weird purple emote. You got here just at the start of the run. Yoink. That needs to go in my bar. And that needs to go in my bar. There. Swing and miss. Oh god, our stats have degraded so far that the floor 1 enemies kind of hurt a little bit. That's unacceptable. That is absolutely disturbing. The reindeer nose and horns on your toilet frog. Ugh, oh, that's my mother messaging me. Hang on. It's all go at the moment. I need to reply to that text. Okay, there. Surprise Sora didn't come running through. She usually automatically assumes my mother's visiting if I get a text message. Anyway, now we can actually stop and have a conversation. Okay. But I don't know what to talk about first. It's always the trick. We need to find a thread and then start pulling on it. As I said to my tailor. I did see that YouTube went down on my day off. And not just YouTube, all of... Well, Google stayed... The search engine was still up. But all other Google services went down. YouTube, Gmail, etc, etc. Which was very annoying because I was painting at the time and I was like... I'm watching this video, and most of it had preloaded, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, and I was like, oh crap, is my internet buggered? And then I looked and was like, no, the internet's fine, what's going on? And then it was down for like an hour. You couldn't start your day? What game would I love to see a crossover with Monster Hunter? Bloodborne. And Hollow Knight. Splat. But that, sorry, to go back to the previous topic of conversation. You can start it because you use Google Meet right now. Yeah, I imagine that would stop a lot of people being able to work right now that are using Google to organize everything. Or, yeah, not just Google. But because YouTube was down and I wanted to watch stuff while I was painting, I was like, that's fine. I still subscribe to Netflix. I've only watched one thing on there in the last 3 months, maybe, and it was the second Christmas season of Sugar Rush, which I didn't even enjoy. So I was like, there's got to be something on there I want to watch. And then I remembered, oh, I said I was going to watch all the X-Men movies. They're on there. Well, they were on there when I checked like 6 months ago. I guess with Disney Plus being a thing now, etc., and them having X-Men rights, they got those off of Netflix as soon as they could, because they ain't on there anymore, but they definitely were on there at one point. Because that's what reminded me that, oh, I could watch them maybe. They're on Disney Plus now. Son of a bitch. That's the thing. But that's also, that made me look into Disney Plus a little bit, because yeah, I presumed they were on there now because Disney owns everything. There doesn't seem to be a Disney Plus free trial. Was I just not looking in the right places? Because I went to their page and all I saw was the sign up thing. Hello, Hopka. Because if I cancel my Netflix, the basic package for a single month of Disney Plus costs exactly what I'm paying monthly for Netflix anyway. Have I missed... Oh no, there's a door down here. Never mind. Because I'm on the lowest possible Netflix package. I downgraded from like the multi-screen Super HD version because I was like, I don't watch anything on this. But I couldn't bring myself to cancel completely, so I went down to like $5.99 a month. Remember when Disney was thinking of buying Warhammer? As if Games Workshop would give up that. Nice. Ooh. Wait, was that a little We're back to getting little potions? God damn it. Hola! Thank you, Rydog, for the bits. I was prepared that time. No, it's a pauldron. Thank you for the bits, and thank you for sharing emotes with 25 people present. Okay, so we opened up that door that was stopping me progressing now. Oh, sorry, yes, also it's his tail. Are you changing your emotes to Christmas emotes? See, if I liked Christmas, I might have done something like that, but I don't, so I won't. Now, where was that door? So anyway, the gist of it is I definitely want to wait until January, but I'll probably just stop my Netflix because there's bugger all on there for me to watch since I've watched all the good stuff on there. Well, not all the good stuff. I watched all the stuff I'm interested in, which is like documentaries and old British sitcoms. And then I'll wait until WandaVision is on Disney Plus, and then I'll subscribe for a month. I'll watch that. I'll watch The Mandalorian, and then out. Just out. I don't care about Loki. I don't care about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't care about the 12,000 other programs they're making. I have misplaced the door. I'm going around in circles. Where the hell was it? This is what I get for yammering. Also, there's items here. Not important for this floor, of course, but... Oh! Okay, that's fine. There we go, that's where it was. He shouldn't have aged that much. He was already in his 30s when he started playing Loki. Have an enemy burned to death. Wow. I mean, he has been playing Loki for, what, 15 years? He was in his 30s, now he's in his 90s. You can tell he and Chris Hemsworth were in their 30s, because there's that gif of them on the set of the second Thor movie. Second one? Yeah, the second one, where they're standing in like the, I don't know, the Dark Elf Dust Planet set, and they both do Dragon Ball Z poses at each other. Like, that puts them at the perfect age to have watched that. +1. They did do that, yes. I think one of them does like the Great Saberman one, you know, where Gohan puts I'm doing the motion in real life. He puts his fingers on top of his head in like triangles, and then the other one does like the Usain Bolt type Captain Ginyu pose. I already had a silver key because I brought one down with me. Although that means that we have an additional one that gives me a free out if a floor's too strong. Oh, that's a really interesting little trick. If you know a run's gonna die and you've got a silver key, just bank it for the next run. It's a free, it's a get out of floor free. Wow, there's a lot of enemies in here. They're in for a very bad time. See? There you go, I told you it was a thing. I want to see it, it's been years. They won't attack me.
F.
No, don't push it off the screen. Don't push it off the screen.
In the coffee.
Oh, that's not in motion though, but yeah, they both do it. It's great. Thank you, Rye Dog, for gifting 5 tier 1 subs.
Did you see that, Zack?
And thank you, Chemically Brad, for 33 months with Twitch Prime. Very generous. And also a hype train has started. Yeah, this is all garbage. Speaking of which, the hype train of Cyberpunk. Oh, okay, game minimized. I'm back, baby. Wait, is my mouse... Oh, my mouse isn't locked to the screen again. How did I fix that last time? Arg! Hang on, Alt-Tab again. Oh, no. It's not locked. Okay, I'm going to have to leave... Well, when I leave the floor, I'm going to have to reset the game. And remember, never Alt-Tab. Never Alt-Tab from this game ever again when playing it. I'm having to keep my mouse to the left of my monitor. Thank you again, Rydog, for the bits. I can't click the GIF now. Now that I know I break, like, if I move too far to the... Wait. I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, we're good. We're good. But I don't want to Alt-Tab now. At least I don't need to restart the game. It's fine. Everything is fine. Speaking of which, thank you, Pixel Deadman, for the incredibly generous bits and sharing 150 emotes with chat. That is insanely nice of you. Thank you, both of you. I have entirely lost my train of thought, but it's for good reasons. We were talking about Chris... I almost said Chris Hiddleston. Thank you, Dare, as well.
Oh.
It did. It maxed out. It's at 278%. Oh, I was going to say that the other thing I did while YouTube was down, once Netflix was a bust, because there's bugger all I haven't watched on it that I'm interested in. I mean, except stuff that would take too long to watch, like Breaking Bad and things like that. It's like I don't want to invest hours and hours and hours of my time on it. I instead took to looking at GIFs of glitches in Cyberpunk, or, you know, little Twitter videos, and there's some fantastic ones out there. I almost regret not playing it purely to experience the bugs. Like, there's a great one where he steals a car from a lady, but the lady kind of glitches as he's trying to pull her out the car, so his animation glitches, so he's sitting down but he's not in the car, and then the lady T-poses, and he tries to drive away, and his car does like a forward flip. And it then starts just going in circles and circles. It's absolutely fantastic.
K. In the coffee.
Thank you, Donkey Kong, for 5 tier 1 subs gifted to the channel as well. And there's also that one where the tip of the penis is seen through the trousers. There are some fantastic gifs. That's all I'll say. The man was rewarded. Yeah, this is garbage. The car sort of drives on the side. Oh, there's the other one where the person's just walking through the city, then looks up and sees something. And for some reason, something has bounced a car so high into the air and it comes crashing down. That's a good one as well. Oops. Oh, burn to death. Yes, I think I did the quest. I did, maybe. Who are you buffing? They're all dead. Like, that seems great. They're obviously accidentally putting in a... Hello, kitty boys. Putting in a thing that can trigger seizures in people. Dumbasses, but... just the buggy state of the game in general is hilarious. Well, not the PS4 versions. The next one version is basically unplayable, and they knew it and hid it. It's pretty bad. What would you recommend for Warhammer 40k environments? Oh, you mean like making scenery? They sell some official ones that are really high quality, but they're also expensive. There's plenty of videos on YouTube for 40k and other skirmish games, that kind of thing. How to turn like household products, Pringle cans and bleach bottles and stuff into scenery. I hate making scenery, so I couldn't help you directly. A lot of the scenery I have is pre-built, pre-made and pre-painted by people, and I just buy it off eBay. Because I despise painting scenery. I can't do it. I can't do miniatures either, but scenery just drives me nuts. But there is some amazing looking scenery out there, official or otherwise. Most game systems do official scenery, if some variety. Hello, Narhan. Speaking of which, I painted Darth Vader on my day off. I'm quite happy with how he turned out. That game has some very weird anatomy issues, though. I painted the Emperor today, and if you bent out his arms to be straight, they would come down past his knees. And that confuses and infuriates me. But I couldn't resist because he's just a silly old man who likes laughing and electrocuting people. Hype train complete at level 5. Your community contributed a total of 13 gift subs and 12,268 bits this minute. It's a new alert. I've never seen that pop up before. I would love to show the emote I got, but I don't want to alt-tab because it breaks the game. But thank you again, everyone who contributed. Ow, ow. Fire hot. There's some fantastic companies that just do like laser cut MDF that you just have to paint yourself. I can't remember what they're called though. Like there's a couple of really good ones that I use some of their stuff, but again, mostly painted by other people. Is that a drugged out squirrel? Yes. Oh! No, my loot! What the? Ooh. What am I not going to get rid of? Because that's a permanent enchantment. Probably my leg armor. Okay. Right, there we are. Did the coins pop back up? No. Sadly, they did not. Ah, perfect. You go to next run. You go to next run. You go to next run. You as well. Still don't know what that's for. Oh, actually, let me just quickly check behind me. Alright, at least so far the roof is not leaking, so hopefully that does mean that the roofers have fixed the issue. I still don't know what that cost me yet. There was no discussion of price up front. They didn't do much. They were at it like drilling into the roof for like 20 minutes tops, so hopefully it's not that expensive. No scaffolding required or anything like that. Ooh. Ow. That may be the first amulet I've seen that isn't a stat +1. It's a stat +2. So we'll take this and then we'll go store this one. Don't let them hustle me. How am I supposed to stop them doing that? The guy I spoke to was nice enough. Speaking of being hustled, I don't know if this was a hustle or an anti-hustle. I had an email from my ISP this morning, and it was like, okay, so your contract's up because I changed to them like a year ago at this date, and we don't offer the service that you're signed up for anymore. So I was like, okay, so here's your options. We'll offer you one of these 3 packages, or you can stick with what you've got currently, which is weird because they say it's not available anymore, but whatever. The option was stick with what you're paying now, which is 48 quid a month, which is way too expensive for the broadband I get, but whatever. One of the 3 options was literally the exact same package called something different, and it was $27.99. So they were like, you can do nothing and pay 48 quid a month, or you can change to the same deal and pay 28 for a year, and then it goes up to 38, which is still less. And all the speed estimates were exactly the same because the area still has the same internet setup it's always had. So I keep on they expect you to be lazy or do nothing, or just not to read it, I think. So I signed up for it, and I made doubly sure like there wasn't like a download limit in case I wanted to download a bunch of Steam games, etc. And it didn't seem like it, so I'm used to that happening with phone contracts, but never internet. Mind you, until my current provider, I was only used to dealing with BT, and that's essentially Satan deep-throating you as you try and use your services. So, you know, anything is a welcome change from that, really. How'd I get back out of here? Also, I apologise for the mental image I might just have put in some people's heads by what I said there. That was a bit more graphic than I meant it to be. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's just my hatred for BT knows no bounds. It's just, it bubbles to the top whenever I talk about them. It's like Civil War 2. I can't talk about it without getting angry. Hang on. I go out the bottom door, and then to the... Okay. And then this way. Yeah, don't get horny. I like having one of the least horny chats on Twitch. Now on that subject, what shall we talk about next? Something that definitely isn't horny. Did I have anything else to talk about after my day off? Not really. I forgot to mention that I had a bad sleep last night and I have no idea why. I just kept on waking up. And every so often today I've had a weird like twitch in my cheekbone. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to smile involuntarily or not. I thought maybe it was the warning signs of Bell's palsy coming back. But so far so not. Although I don't remember what the warning signs were the first time it happened, honestly. A facial twitch might be caused by lack of sleep. But I feel like I did get enough sleep, it was just constantly being interrupted. Like I went to bed when I usually do, and I got up when I usually do, it's just I remember waking up constantly throughout. I thought I set the wood on fire. Sometimes if I have too much caffeine, I have an eye twitch. I've had that before. Although I try and have very little caffeine these days. I guess we're good to go. Yeah, we cleared the floor. Didn't get much REM sleep. Oh, how could I sleep through their wonderful music? I think that might be the first time I've successfully blocked something this run. Ooh. Oh, you fell! Ooh, we're getting a lot of those like permanent stat increases. That's kind of making up for having to lose progress. I'm bouncing on the slimes again. You played Payday 2 with a Japanese man who kept shouting in Japanese this morning. Is there many people playing that? You twitch when you're stressed? I don't feel any more anxious than usual. Like nothing has happened that's been particularly stressful. I feel like I didn't kill an enemy there and they just vanished. Hello, zombie. Goodbye, zombie. Oh, the ghost swords would have done it, yeah. Ah! Yeah, you think about that. You and your tail. Stop turning their tail towards me. It's disturbing. So many traps on this floor. And quest givers too. Nice. Oh, we can perma-learn something as well. Yeah, well, I want to clear the room first. It's not his junk, unless by junk you mean tail. Have any of you tried playing Cyberpunk on a PS4 or Xbox? I haven't seen any footage of it being played on those consoles. Is it as bad as... Well, even their apology message made it sound like it's pretty bad. What should we perma-learn? We don't have the lightning. Oh wait, no, no, that's the other lightning one. Sure, let's have permanent fire sword damage as well. So we have permanent ghost fire. You're playing it right now on PS4. How would you rate the experience? It worked fine, similar graphics to GTA 5. I mean, that doesn't sound bad. CD Projekt Red, on their own admission, say it's unacceptable performance, which I'm finding contrary to believe. Salted Caramel Galaxy, I've had that, it's nice. Oh, well, we're not leaving this floor that early because the next floor is the spider. And we want to do catch up. Your work is not done.
Did you see that, Zack?
Thank you to Duke for 25 months with Twitch Prime. It is resub time. It's also head chopping time. Ooh. I had a lightning weapon at one point, but I think we lost it. Gentleman's Component of the Heavens. We don't have a shaft again, do we? We have a hilt. Which apparently isn't good enough. Don't ask any questions, chat. I think if I had a blade this would be buildable, it's just that for the hammer you have to have the shaft, I think. Yeah. That looks like a decent hammer to me, come on now. Yeah, we need to find a shaft if we want to build... Oh, actually, that's really, really good. Yeah, that's a mace. I want to use that. We need a shaft to build a mace, for sure. I'll buy one if I see one. Steal the man's smoke. Hello. 3 hits. Turns an item into money. Oh, there's a long blade, but it's a crappy one though. Oh, you're lucky. What? There, I'll just shoot you then. Let's just use one of them real quick. Have fun at D&D, Dozy. I don't personally believe that's possible, but I know people are into it. Like, some people are so into it despite having the Roni, though, GM. That's real weirdos that do that, though. I was failing here. I had a good idea for something they need to add to Deep Rock, but I'm going to forget before Saturday. I may have already pitched the idea once before. I need the shaft. Besides, I want to use specifically that. Let's turn... Ooh. Is it a crappy one? Wait, do you mean a crappy idea or a crappy mace head? It's not a crappy idea. It's a specific random babbling to have once you drink Smart Stout. The idea isn't sized, it's been pitched enough. No, the Virgil DLC came out for PC today. I want that money. Also, this is the first time I've seen two of these. Alright, there. Babbling would be funny. No, when you drink Smart Stout, there should be a chance that the dwarves talk about a conspiracy theory that they've been infiltrated by a very short elf. And they need to keep their eyes peeled. And their pickaxe is sharp. Hello, shells. And then that will mean that my dwarf is official Deep Rock Galactic canon. And they have to give me, like, I don't know, 10% of their shares. Just in case they ever hit it really, really big, you know. Would you like DC or Marvel trivia, Rydog? Hey, I opened this time. It's the same kind of thing that got stuck last time. Did he just Zechian twins? Marvel. Okay. We can take a brief interlude to read a Marvel-related trivia question. Open a random page. It's going to be an X-Men themed one. Who switched bodies with Storm in the Uncanny X-Men number 151 from 1981? Deathbird, Mystique, the White Queen, or the Shadow King? The answer is not told. Hang on, we'll get on to Batman's D&D alignment after this. That's an important discussion. I'm sure it's not told. The correct answer is the White Queen. Is the White Queen Emma Frost? I thought that was one of her nicknames. Oh, there goes my loot again. Toad wouldn't know what to do with himself and her body. It is her? Well, I guess that makes sense given that she's got psychic powers. She's female Professor X, basically. So yeah, the topic of Batman's D&D alignment came up in the disturbingly wee hours of the morning from Monday to Tuesday? Was it last night? Basically after I started off to bed, and people who are also in Europe, i.e. an hour ahead of me, were still apparently up at like 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning, like some kind of weirdos. Especially Valinor. Why is Emma Frost in nearly every Strike Force team? She buffs mutants. I don't know. I haven't seen her that much. How do I get to the other half of the map? I don't think I can. I think we're just going to leave. It was an important discussion. No one could sleep. I mean, fair. My opinion is that he would be lawful good. Because lawful does not mean that you obey the laws of the land. It means you obey your own moral code. He is a vigilante, but he doesn't kill. And he takes out villains. The means justify the end. And he has boundaries he won't cross. Although on that subject, in Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, Batman's going to say fuck. Just in case that swings your opinion on whether or not you want to watch it. I've misplaced the exit. Is the exit the red arrow? No, that's how I came in. Where was the exit? I looked at it earlier. There it is. Why? I didn't go in far enough to make it appear on the map. Yeah, there you go. Vecna writes D&D for a living and has had a successful Kickstarter that made hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they say D&D alignments are also total bull. But on that subject though, what would you say Batman is? Do you sell a shaft? You do sell a shaft. A pretty good one too. Okay, hang on. We need to sell some garbage. I need that for my mace. I want that for my mace. Don't need that. Don't need that. Put an ice on it, assuming there's room. Don't need that. Do want that. Also want that. Don't need that.
That's a beautiful piece.
That's a beautiful piece. Yeah, I want to hear the opinion of the person who writes D&D for a professional living. No, I wouldn't describe Jason Todd as chaotic good. I would describe him as... Is lawful evil a thing? Chaotic good or lawful good, depending on your particular feeling about how law is supposed to work. There you go. I'll take that. So there's a better helmet there. Well, hang on. First things first, need to buy this. That leaves me with 322. 249, armor plus 20, armor plus 26. Which one of these two bits isn't as good? The hat is garbage. Both are garbage. Plus 15, plus 22.
What do you need?
Iron Skin, Mace Knockback, Pyromancer, Thorns, Bloodlust, Blue Blooded. We'll take these. And then that's not enough for them. Fair enough. And we'll dump them down just because we can. I don't think we're going to die, so I don't need to get rid of the stuff to make a weapon. We should be able to do it at the next place. Hello, Notlub. I think at times Jason could be considered like chaotic good, but he's done too much evil shit recently. Wow, I could almost two-shot this thing. The hitboxes worked. Although that was with my sneak attack bonus, I think. I wonder if it's faster to let that hit you because he'll come in for the attack. I'm going to test. Yeah, it is. Also, I realised now I wasn't looking at his HP, I was looking at my XP bar. Shut up, that's why. What is that flaming katana there? Malevolent Wakizashi. That's worth putting down for a new run. I don't like how many dildos are dropping. Venomous cutting part of the dead. Yeah, it's all well and good, but not as good as what we're using. Hello, Polyemi. Sorry, I meant plugs. It's all the same crap. It's fine. Okay, so we definitely want to live long enough to make a new weapon. $660 damage from face sneak attack charge bonus. Okay, so I can two-shot if I initiate. That's not bad. Ugh. It's the Red Skull! I thought I heard something behind me there. Oh, you know what? It's the ghost hitting something. Yeah, it's the ghost hitting him. It's his tail. We have known for quite some time that it is his tail. Farmer's Shank. That is made of wood. Chat, don't pretend you're horny. Have a well-behaved, dignified chat. Tarnished War Axe. Nobody wants a horny Hulk. But She-Hulks were releasing in January. What are we supposed to do with that? Speaking of which, a Crisis Protocol battle report went live today. I've got big plans for this week. Going to record first Monster Apocalypse, first Blood Bowl. See how those do on the channel for a little bit. I don't have any ranged. I mean, I have Psychic, but that doesn't do a lot of damage. Damn it. I was hoping the sneak attack would be enough. Why are there so many sex toys just lying around in this random trash in Cyberpunk? Is there? That is confusing. You're right to be confused. This is not a locking room. Come on, see me. See me. Hello there, chum. Old chum. Yeah. Fortunately, I got both their attention, which was exactly what I was trying to avoid, but whatever. The ghosts are gonna get you. Ah, Iron Skin, bitch. Ooh. Well, at least it's good that we're finding no weapons that are better than what I'm using, because that means this will still carry us some of the way. It has sex ads everywhere. Is it just me, or is Cyberpunk like... It doesn't seem very Cyberpunk to me? My impression of Cyberpunk is something like Shadowrun. It seems like the future as envisioned by someone who's definitely living in the 2000s, if you know what I mean. Well, there's the exit we can just skip to, but I don't think we need... I don't remember if this floor has a blacksmith or if it's the next one. It might be the next one. We've got lots of heals. Yeah, we've got tons of heals. Fine. The way that it's made is Cyberpunk. Okay. The okay was to finding a secret randomly. I find those noises uncomfortable. It also does not do enough damage to warrant the wind up. Ooh. Heavy blows. That's a new skill, I think. What would we lose? We'd lose the 1% on iron skin rather, and the mace knockback. That is a cactus. That is not a sword. That is a cactus. And it's got more armor. We should keep a hold of the ones that we've got though to dump them. It's not that much of an armor boost, but it is a boost. Cactus, are you brave enough? No. Although the dildos you find on this floor are all spiky and shit, so these orcs are, or whatever the hell you're supposed to be. That looks weird. So hang on, this is a dead end. We've got the exit here. Go out here, go left. Yeah, I agree. Like, even within the context of the game, why would people throw sex toys into the trash? Even if there was an abundance of them, that's not what you would do with them. Even if you were shameless, that isn't what you would do with them. You wouldn't want to just like openly throw them in the trash. Doesn't make any sense. It's just oh, that's new. Everything I see with Cyberpunk just makes me feel like confused as to how they were able to make The Witcher 3. He instantly killed himself and he gave me 1000 XP. Good job, idiot. Also, that's quite the bulge you have there. I wonder if that's the reason for the crappy slowdown and loading problems the game has. They accidentally set the spawn dildo number too high in the world trash. Oh! Okay, let's make an awesome Doom Hammer. I might call it Doom Hammer. Dildo, melee speed, max HP, no, lifesteal for sure. And then we want Icy Doom Hammer. Can I put this in? No. And then, oh wait, that's more damage, isn't it? 6.7. Oh yeah. This goes on as well. This is very confusing. Is there anything left? I doubt you can have 2 dildos on it. There. It's beautiful. 6 out of 8? Can I have another? Apparently I can. Oh god, the turning is so weird. Unfortunately, I don't have a third one to put anywhere. Can I just put one of these in? I don't know how to like go further down. Oh, there we go. There. I don't like that being there though. Move this one to this side, I guess, so there's one on each side. Then it's not much of a hammer though. What we have is Dildo Devil Horns. The lead character in the porn version of The Hobbit. Oh, wrong part. Wrong part. This part. God, it's so weird to turn. slightly there. It's fine. So this is going to be called Dildo Devil Horns, the Doom Hammer. My inventory is full. It's not as full as it was. Oh ho ho ho, look at all those stats. Speed low, that's okay. It's beautiful. So what my DPS is 242.9 to 323. Oh ho ho, that's quite the difference. Not to mention all the extra stuff. Life Leech, Icy Blows, Force Knight, Pyromancer. Look at it. It's beautiful. Dodo Devil Horns is your is your father's name? It's beautiful. Ow, my feet. You had to die, I'm sorry. Ah, perfect. Cursed Cleaver, go to the next run. Although I would like to hold on to this one ideally, so if we think we're going to die and we get to a cash out point, we'll cash out. I did about the same in terms of like the bonus. Average hit is up though. Oh. What are you talking about? It looks fantastic. It's got a grip so you can two-hand it. So you can two-hand the shaft when you pump it. And then you can swing it into an enemy's face and spurt ice all over them. Ow, I deserved that. Twice. Not this way. We have to go this way and go... I'm not actually sure how to get to the rest of the map. Don't ellipses at me. That's a dead end as well. I guess we'll just go up to the next floor because I don't know how to proceed to the rest of the floor. It's a mimic. It's not a mimic. That was new. Hey, mole face. That was pretty good. Ooh. Damn it. Damn, we found the silver key super quick. I need this acid to disappear, please. I can't jump through because the door's so low. Come on. It might not disappear till the room ends. Oh, we got out. Alright, sure, you can add that one. Yeah, that was a tough guy. The patch has buggered something with these orange things, because I've just realised the problem is they're floating. So you can't grab the stuff underneath them. That's still acid. Burnt out fists. This has got like a secondary power attack. That must be what that sledgehammer thing unlocked. Oh no. As long as I can kill them in a hit, it's fine. That seems to do a lot of damage. Trust in the Force. The amount of XP they give is based on your current level. Sadly, it's not set. So it's just a coincidence. Or maybe it's based on the things you say, if the game is listening. Oh, that's even worse. Neat trick. No more poison for you. Hey, there's no poison here. Get back here. Level XP sharing, scaling at the very least. Like when you go back to the first floor but you're not starting from scratch, they give you enough XP that you'll still get a level for clearing it. That's why I still bother doing it. Oh, hello, good sir. Improved sack smack. Look, chat, don't be so immature. The expression sack smack is not funny. Didn't even try and attack. Oh. I think my shoulder stats is garbage, so that should be a pretty improved. Oh wait, no, my shoulder piece is actually okay. That's the one that gives me Whirlwind. I don't particularly care about that, but it's giving me 38 HP. Axe crit, Force Knight, Assault Wand Expert, Deflect. Oh, Deflect! I want to perma-learn Deflect. What else am I losing? Int. It also has Dex plus 5. We're losing 5 Dex. Our armor goes up a little bit. Our damage for magic goes down, but whatever. And if this is what I think it is, allows you to deflect projectiles with your melee weapon. That's what I want to perma-learn that. This is not a nice situation. Oh. I actually found the exit. Ow, my feet. The problem is, the next floor will definitely start hurting. I'm just gonna go up because I don't want to try and get to other enemies there. So this is not going to be a pushover. They're definitely not going to die as quick. Well, these guys might, but not the enemies that matter. Oh, Iron Sin, go, go! He dropped a bunch of stuff. Why did he have stuff? 1,002 damage I just did to him there. Thank you, ghosts. The ghost swords helped a lot there. What were you doing with that? Hello, Pixel. God, even with the sprint bonus, he didn't die there. Okay, this room has like 1 billion enemies. Slightly scary. Okay. It's just, okay, let's thin the numbers a little bit there. We've still got 25 heals, so that's not too bad. Oh. Wait, oh yeah, I did have a weapon. I was like, hang on, that won't ignite, but I forgot I have permanent fire weapon as well as ice, so that's fine. Get him, ghosts. Oh, wait until the ghosts get you. Then you'll be sorry. There you go, the ghost got that one. Shield's kind of freaking out, but that was way too many enemies for a room this size. My cat is acting weird. Did you mean cat, chat, or something else? Hold that for a dead end. I should have been using the small potions I have sitting, I forgot about that. Now, is this one of those rooms where I have to do the puzzle? It looks like there's a sconce up there, I'm not sure. Oh, hello, old chum. I see you enjoyed killing yourself again. Okay, that's fine. Two of them, huh? Uh-oh. He dropped some kind of Satan axe. Ooh, it's almost good. Not quite, but almost. If I decide to drop this down to a previous run, or sorry, a subsequent run, that might be a good one to use in its place just to have like a college try it, not insta-failing. Ding! Oh, we can perma-learn. Perma-learn deflect. Thank you. That's a well-timed jump. It's a dead end! Damn it. I knew I timed that wrong as soon as I went round. But is there any point to go this way? Maybe. Maybe not. As far as I can tell, progress, the only progress is going up that puzzle room now. And so that is what we shall do when I accidentally overjump. Jumping not the strongest feature of the game. It's a running jump. No, I got impatient and forgot what I was doing. Stuck? Stuck? I go better. Hop, skip, and a jump. Okay, take your time and remember this is a running jump once you're on this platform. Then back the way then forwards. I was too close to the edge. This is an annoying one. This is a lot more difficult than the other versions of this room we've seen. At least there's no, like, penalty for failing. There's not a spike floor to murderize you or anything, but... I need that one out. Ooh. I'm stuck! Oh! No, okay, then I'll just phase through the floor. Okay. Maybe you go backwards first? Yeah, that's where it was. Okay, I didn't realize it was up. Ugh. Oh, it's this room again. Ow, ow. Didn't make it that time. Okay, we've opened the door. I guess this is just the conceit of this floor, because this is how you open up the fight with the other Valnir, right? Always assume you jump backwards first. Oh, come on, don't get stuck. Okay, we did it. There's the silver key, we're done. Now then, I have to drop here to get out, huh? Oh, that's why I didn't make it last time. Didn't wait for the platform. Alright, how the hell did I get out of here? Down here and to the left. Wait, no, that's the way I came in, right? We have to go via the secret door, which was... back this way? Yeah, that's it. It is going to be annoying to do that every time if you make it this far. No, that was just a save round there. Do we tell him? No, never ever phrase something like that, because that immediately spoils things for me by telling me I've missed something. How? That's like going into a no spoiler stream and then saying, have they seen X? Don't remember where the secret door was. It might have been up top, I guess. Oh wait, no, I see where it is. Wait, no, that was a dead end. Damn it, I just didn't fill it in. Okay, it must be up the puzzle again then. Because there is nowhere else to go. fine, this is Old Hat now. Very doable. Aha! Careful. I see the exit. That was a crit. And the slimes can keep that room. I just want to see if there's anything of interest here first, like a... That's the same room. Yeah. There we go. We don't need 2 silver keys. I'm going to drop one down again. Yeah, I don't agree with secrets being the path to progression either, but that's what it does sometimes. Thanks for the HP. Ah, there was another blacksmith. Garbage parts, though. Your shoulder cracked louder than usual? That's disturbing for many reasons. No, we'll keep going. I was considering cashing out entirely, but no. We made it to the other biome. Now, last time we got here, I died in the first room. This is our chance to do better. Well, I didn't die in the first room. I kind of just ran to see what we could see. What the? That's Cass from Star Trek Voyager. Cass? Whatever that lady's name was. Trying to read what that says. Unfortunately, my stomach is apparently pushing the table too far. Oh, hello. The hidden door. Ah, crap. Okay. Oh, what is this? A Dark Souls boss? This is the only way to get him in close combat. Oh my god, they're so tanky. What's that noise? I also can't jump over the... Well, we don't know how many numbers the correct answer is, though. Oh. 1, 2, 6. Okie dokie. I swear if I walk into one of these rooms and 2 of the orcs are having sex. Sounded like... Oh yeah, the secret door is quite far away, actually. Ah! Disgusting. You damn face hugger type. Oh, he died of fire. Perfect. Oh damn, this run is over an hour long by quite a way. Darkest Dungeon? Like 100% Darkest Dungeon? Are these indie games he likes? I wonder? I don't recognize any of the other ones in here. But he did not care about that face damage, huh? Just a straight up better hat. Not better looking, but... So he really likes Kess and Darkest Dungeon, and whatever this is. Another library? No hidden door in this one by the looks. Was that Pepsi Man? I really, really hope not. Wait, is this the dead end? The hype train cooldown is over, just FYI. Oh, I see the door I need. Yeah, I missed a couple. This room definitely has skulls in it. Yeah. I wonder if none of these rooms lock. I haven't seen a single like locking mechanism. Could just run. Ooh. Charge at me. I don't trust those cactuses. Oh no, it is a lock room. Where's the switch? That is terrible news. Ow, that hurt a lot. It wasn't even the enemy hitting me, for the record. Okay, the enemy's also hurt. That's correct. Where the hell's the switch for this thing? It's a bear head. I don't know what that did. Okay. They're gonna run out of energy now, at least. Bitch. Come get energy that you can't get. What is... Oh, there's a drop box. There's a... It tells you what the silver key is as well. Yeah, I want to look at this switch properly when I'm not getting shot at, so let's just wait till he does the cycle. Okay, so you've got to press and hold. Now, I only have 3 health. Oh wait, no, we have even better ones. No, wait, no, sorry, I was reading the wrong number. We have 10 health left. If I can get to the drop box, we can save this weapon, which I think is what I'd like to do. What was the tell there for it being a trap room? I don't think there was a tell, unfortunately. Hello, Black Widow Spider. You know, I had a feeling they were going to poison. Huh. Luckily, the invincibility kicked in. Hey, Skullface. Uncommon thingamajig. Yoink. Oh hey, that's the other room. Or the other part of the room, as it turns out. Although I don't think they're connected, are they? Oh no, they are. Where's the off switch? Over there. I could just not go that way. $1,200 damage. Ooh, that's garbage. So now is the difficult choice, because that is a drop box. Ooh. That is an angry mosquito. Damn it. I hear thudding in that room there. Hey buddy, what you selling?
It's a pleasure.
That's a cool looking sword, but it's no good. Ooh. Also, ooh. Also, ooh. Quick strikes, sword speed, electrified strikes. Oh, you're tempting me, Satan. That gives you 8 more decks, though. I've got to go for that. These are probably going to get dumped immediately to the next run. That was buffing my spectral sword, so that is a bit of a hit, but they're so much better. Like, having this run for another run would be really, really good.
I could have. That's a lovely piece.
That's a lovely piece.
Don't get killed.
Because even if we get to the next floor, there could be a boss. No, what? You big bastard and fly. I missed. Why did that do no damage? I'll just make myself immortal and then kill you. How about that? Yeah. No. I'm not even 100% sure how to get over where the exit is. It looks like it might be a boss. Hang on, I need to make sure I can stand at the box without getting hit. Alright, yeah, we're cashing this run out. And we're gonna have an even better run next time as a result. Sure, we'll bank 2 silver keys. Why not, in case I feel like skipping 2 floors. Goodbye. Boots, pauldrons. It's gonna be hell working through the stuff, working out what's the best, but hey, whatever. Shopkeeper, give me your cheapest sword.
Potions, armor, got everything.
That'll do. Can't afford that. You got anything I can afford? The answer is no. Well, I can't even attack, so... Where are we gonna go? The secret door over here, I think, is the... Yeah, that's where it is. This looks very suspicious. What the hell? Ooh, just gotta... Just gonna grab all the stuff and run. Run! Close the doors! Close the doors! Requirement not met? Damn it. Aha! We made it to the next floor with nothing! Nothing! We made it to floor 9 of 11. Is that a boss? No, it's a proper floor. Well, that means we're gonna die. Especially considering we have 0 HP. That's disturbing. You have to open your way in there, maybe? No! No! I wanted to go in there and see who was looking at me. Damn it! That's okay. 55 money, 3 levels, permanent skills. Okay.